Hi, this is Aryan, and this is another episode of Raw and Real Design. And in this video, we're going to be helping Stilta build better landing page. But before actually getting into all that, let's just understand what the product is. All right, so I've done a very quick breakdown of this. So I think this is something very simple to understand because the product is around legal stuff, right? So I just want to keep things very, very easy to understand. So what problem exist? So patent work is slow, manual, and high stakes. And attorneys spend weeks on research, and it has to be super accurate, right? So again, this is a very time-consuming field. Like you have to be very accurate. So you have to be very accurate, otherwise you're potentially in trouble, right? So you have to be super, super accurate. So that's where Stilta comes in. So their AI agents do that research automatically and show their work so attorneys can actually trust and defend the output. And I've also added something additional. So what makes it so interesting, right? So again, I've worked in B2B projects, B2B SaaS, but this law side is something a bit new to me. So I think this will be a very good challenge also to work on. So the product is being used by people who stake their professional reputation on accuracy. So again, I think this is the biggest thing that anyone who's into this needs to know, that everything here depends, like the whole reputation of the brand depends on accuracy, right? So the brand needs to communicate precision and trust, not just we have AI, because AI is also painted as AI slaw, hallucinations, right? So the last thing that we just want to call it is, oh, these are just AI agents, right? So yeah, we have to position it very well. That's a hard design brief, and nobody in this space has nailed it yet. Actually, I went through like the competitors that they have. So the first one is Solve Intelligence. Again, I mean, I like the color scheme. So yeah, so this is, what their design language is. And then there's also this Patlitics. I hope I'm pronouncing that well. So this design language I do like. I like the motion that they have gone with. But compared to what Stilta has right now, right? As you can see, this feels like it's done by AI, honestly. I've seen other YC starter websites also, but I think this one is somewhat of a good one, especially considering that like they're very new. But yeah, so this is, as you can see, they have all these feature cards. Let's actually run down quickly. So yeah, they have a hero section, which I think the hero section is done really well. Even, how they are framing it, AI for high stakes patent work. Maybe this can be improved, but I do like they have shown a very good social proof because they're backed by big brands, right? Y Combinator is one, obviously. Then you have Microsoft and then you have Nvidia, right? So these are actually some big brands. And they're also showing social proof, but I think the place where they're lacking is the visuals because to me, I don't think this is actually answering any of this. The best thing that they can do here is have like a explainer video because again, this is a new industry. I mean, this is a new brand, right? So they need to explain their product in a way that it's very easy to understand. And I think video format still rules. Like if they have a really killer video here, I think that will do a lot more work compared to, this animation that they have, right? Which I think is around patent being analyzed. So these are, I think, all the patent numbers. And yeah, their logo is, I do understand, but this isn't adding any value, right? So that's there. So they have free infringement analysis, book a demo, this is fine. Okay, so here's a mistake that I found. Not mistake, it's like a slight error. So if I'm just like at the center of the viewport, nothing happens. But if I scroll down, then only it changes. So anyone who's browsing the website, right? So this is something that happened with me. I was just waiting for the animation to end, but that loop wasn't ending till I slightly went even like more down. So I was literally just looking at this for like a minute, and then I was like, why it's not loading? And I scrolled down, I came across that, oh, this is based on the viewport, right? So again, this is a small thing which it feels like, it's not working. So yeah, they'll have to fix this for sure. So okay, so this is the hero section, and then you have technology. What makes Stilta unique? Most general purpose AI use a single general model, and the output falls apart under scrutiny. Again, they're saying that like other AI models, they're not like specialized in this, so they give like not the most accurate output, or sometimes it's just very vague. They don't attach the sources of where that output is coming from. So yeah, that is there. And then you have featured models, infringement monitoring. So this is basically their three main products. So infringement monitoring, invalidity analysis, and portfolio assessment. So this is basically like the whole page that they have, and everything is relying on a landing page. I think only for about they have separate pages, but for the core features, it's all just like a landing page. So even here, as you can see, right, if I so I'm on a monitor right now, and even on laptop, I've tried this. Like you're not able to understand what this is, because first of all, this is showing too many things at the same time. I know they're trying to highlight their dashboard, but I think that can be done better. Secondly, this is very low res. I'm not sure if this is AI generated or not. I don't think it is. Maybe it's just like a very low res image, or maybe it is AI generated. I'm not very sure because the buttons here, they're looking a bit like, as you can see, this padding issues, the roundness, right? It's not even. So yeah, this again, it kind of signals like low confidence to even someone who's reading this, right? It just feels very like it's, first of all, it's just hard to read, right? And secondly, there's these small things that just feels like that the image is AI generated. So yeah, that's a red flag. All right. Then they have invalidity analysis. So again, I think there's just like a lot more call to action like that they've added. So this is too many call to actions. Again, it's just like too many things at the same time. Ideally, how it should look like is like you see one feature at like one time, and then you scroll down, then you see this. But like the different sections that are leaking into each other, right? That's there. So again, this is all like super technical stuff, but I do have some base knowledge on what the product does, right? And I hope you guys are also clear if you've made it to this part. And then they have trust and transparency. Okay, this is good. I really like this. Again, visual wise, it needs improvement, but this gives you some idea like around transparency. The real barrier to AI adoption isn't access, it's trust. Okay, this is good. And they're also highlighting a very good stat. From our work implementing AI at McKinsey, the pattern was clear. Practitioners won't use system they can't defend. In McKinsey's 2024 AI survey, 40% cited explainability as top risk. Okay, so this is a very good metric that they're showing. And then you have security again. So this section is, I would say, the second most important, or maybe the most important, because this is around security, right? Because the last thing that you want is to give your data to like any other SaaS tool, right? So you have to be very, very specific. Here also, as you can see, there's no proper icon. Even this isn't like, it's not explaining anything. It's like a dashboard of customer A and B. And then a very like small strip of ready to see Stilta in action. Like, yeah, it's just not. So as you scroll down, the page keeps getting, yeah, slightly worse, right? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be solving this whole thing. We're gonna be redesigning this, and let's see how we can do this. So this whole process is raw. So I haven't taken any inspiration before this. So yeah, let's just see how I work with it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm first gonna see if I can get the logo. Okay, they have a very good high quality logo here. And what I've done is I've taken like their website screenshot, so I have good reference of what there is. So I'll try to polish whatever identity they have. I was thinking that I can do like slight branding, but I think that will take too much time, right? It's going to take too much time. So I'm just going to be not exactly replicating, but I'm going to be polishing what they already have. So to give you some idea, this is like one of the recent Framer templates that we built. This is also around legal SaaS, but this is more around, like contract signing. So it's a bit different, but this is like one of our recent works that we did, and hopefully it will go live soon. So I do have some idea on how the website like need to look like the whole feel that needs to be there. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I will search like the following keyword: legal web design, and let's see what we can come across. Very generic work. I honestly don't like any of it. Maybe we can go with legal branding instead of web design directly. Let's see what we get there. Till then, I'll also copy this and paste the logo here. So we are doing landing page redesign for Stilta. We'll first start by building a better structure for the website. So I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the whole landing page that is there. All right, so what I'm going to do on the side is I'm going to be opening this. Wait, let me open it. To start with, we'll have like a hero section. Here I want to show the following. Obviously, we'll have a nice headline. We'll have a description. We'll have a call to action. Okay, so this is what I've done for hero, where we'll have like a headline. We'll have a description. Obviously, we'll also have these logos, but I don't need to mention it because I'll add it myself. Then we'll have like a call to action, under which we'll have like, we'll also have a video, of course. So there's going to be a video here. And then we'll have some logos. So, that is fine. After which, all right, so let's see what it gives. It's going to take some time, but the longer it takes, the more thinking it does, the better output we get. And also on the side, I'll probably start looking into, how we can design the whole website. Okay, let's see. Needs to be logged because every section either reinforces or weakens it. Okay, this is a good insight. Stilta wedge is one line. Patent work has zero tolerance for hallucination. The McKinsey 40% stat tells you the actual buying barrier, explainability, not capability. Okay. Every other AI patent tool sells features. Stilta should sell defensibility. The whole site should feel like one argument. Every claim we make, you can defend. All right. This is actually a good observation. All right. That single idea is what makes Stilta from general purpose AI tools in comparison of what makes the security. All right. Okay. So now they've also given us a very good structure. I mean, obviously, I only told it to give me, based on my analysis, but it has also given us a very good copy. So, for example, now it's saying that we should make the claim more around that whatever output you get, you can defend it, right? So, every AI output traced to a source. I'm not very sure if this is the best heading. It feels a bit incomplete. I mean, obviously, there is a lot more assurance to it compared to what it is already there. Like, this is like very generic, right? This is very broad. But every AI output traced to source. Even this is a bit broad, but I think this is still a lot better than what we already have here. Patent AI built to be defended, not just used. No, I hate this one. AI for IP work that holds up scrutiny, quite mid. The patent AI that shows it's again like super broad. So I think out of all, this is already the best one. But again, we'll try to get more variations around it. So then we have subheading. Headline does a name the user, name the stake, something like okay. I still like what they've already given because this is like very straightforward. Used by IP attorneys at leading companies to find prior art, see infringement with higher quality and speed. I like the first part because this directly like nails down what the audience is. But as you as it proceeds, with higher quality and speed, I mean, what speed? What higher quality? What high quality means here, right? So that needs to be more specific, just like we have this headline. Okay, so they have given the following. Stilta gives patent teams source grounded analysis for prior art. Okay, this is fine. No black boxes, no guessing. Book a demo is fine, but see it on your patent is sharper. No, I think that infringement analysis is good enough. I'm not sure if adding free really makes it. All right, let's see about that. I'm not very sure if that free infringement. Obviously, they want to see how users are reacting. So, but this can be framed a bit better. All right, so let me just give my overall thoughts. All right, so for the hero section, I'm not like, I do like the every AI output traced to a source headline, but it still sounds a bit too broad. And again, we don't want to sound super salesy. The whole idea is that trust, that premiumness remains there. But I do like the direction we're going with this heading. So I would like to explore, let's say, 10 more approaches, or actually 5 more approaches. Under which I do like what they already have, which is used by IP attorneys at leading companies to find prior art, see infringements with higher quality and speed. This is what they're using right now. It is fine, but as you read this, right, from start, it's good. Like, it's used by IP attorneys. It's very specific, but as you keep reading it, it becomes very generic. So we just want to be very specific. So I would suggest if we can look for 2 or 3 more variations. Okay, this is good. Other things are fine. What makes Stilta unique headings that you've suggested? Again, we don't want to hammer down other tools. I do like Stilta gives you the evidence, but I don't like the line before that, which is most AI tools give you an answer. It's just, yeah, I just don't like the tone that it's giving. The rest I'm fine with, but again, just like, can we redo this, like whatever I've mentioned so far? Again, I'm going to giving this to Opus just so we have like the base properly ready, and then we can always shift back to using Sonnet, because Sonnet is also good at copy, but I just want to make sure that base is fully ready. All right, so it has given 5 more variations now. Every output cited, every citation verified. Again, I'm not sure. I still like the one that was that it gave earlier. Parent AI built around its sources. Source grounded AI for IP counsel. All right, so what we can do is we can try out different lines. I just want to get started with setting up the structure right. We can always improve on the copy as we build that. So yeah, let's just see subheading variations used by IP counsel at leading firms for. Okay, this is fine with every side. Okay, yeah, I think this is still a good one because it's being very specific about the citations being traceable. But here we do have like with higher quality and speed, that just doesn't like add a lot to it. Okay, so the next is every output ships with its evidence. Great. Okay, I think that is perfect. Even in the first time like reading this, it just feels perfect for the tool, right? Yeah, what makes Stilta unique? It just sounds very vague. All right, so that is good. So now what we can do is we can ask Opus to, not Opus, I'm just gonna switch to Sonnet because I think even that is like good enough to build this. All right. Okay, so can you now build the whole landing page? I want you to build it in a single HTML file. Okay, so now we have the whole landing page. Now I'm just going to take this into Figma. So let's just bring it here and then let's just paste the whole page. So now we basically have a full functional page inside. So I don't need to write like the whole text myself. I can just copy paste it. So yeah, this just makes things easier for us. Now we basically need to understand how we want the whole brand to look like. So a very important thing that we need to know is, again, this is around law. So we have to make sure we don't make the website like super colorful. Like we have to keep things toned down, but it needs to express the premiumness, right? It needs to be subtle, but it should also be informational. It should also feel like an enterprise website. That's quite important. So yeah, let's see what we can do. So I've taken out some of the identities that. All right, guys. So basically, I've created somewhat of a mood board, and this is what I'm thinking. So first, I was actually taking a look at direct websites. So one of the good websites that I came across was Legora, and I think they have a really nice identity. Let me show it to you. So yeah, this is their website, and obviously this is a different product totally. Even though they are also in SaaS, but the way that they're highlighting is a lot different than what we'll go with. But yeah, I really like. I like how minimal it is, how colors are being used here. This is actually not much colors they're going with. It's mainly white space, and a lot of the visuals depend on the illustrations. I just don't like the spacing that they have given. It feels odd, like it feels disconnected with the heading, but maybe it's style choice, so it's fine. Now let's actually get back to our Figma file only because that's what we're building. And then I was also going across these lines. I really like this pattern, and as you can see, this is also around legals, precision AI research for legal teams. So I think these are just representing data points like these lines, and in like the one which is expanded basically means like it's searching through it, right? So this probably like what they're trying to convey is it's like some bookshelves or something. Like there are different data points. I also like these kind of dot patterns that are there, and I think this can really work well with the logo that they have. I'll try to build a pattern around it, and also on the right side is more around like the pattern, like how we can give website the whole feel. Since a lot of it depends around data, I'm thinking that we can go for like dot kind of theme overall. Like I really like how this is being done. Obviously I won't be able to animate because it will take forever, but this is just like a base idea on how it can look like. So basically based on all these images, I want you to build a brand book. I want you to basically create an image. Make sure that we don't add a lot of color. Our dominant colors must be off-white and black as the accent color, like charcoal black. I also want to use some grid pattern. I'm also adding the logo that is there of the brand. So I'm just gonna upload the logo also. And let me just add like white behind it so it understands it well. Let's copy this. Let's then paste it. Okay, just take a look at it. Again, it is a bit basic, but I do like the pattern that it has given. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it here just so we can zoom into it. I was expecting that it's going to use logos as the pattern, but I do like, how it is using like this grid kind of format. Again, this is a bit too plain. We will have more off-white, maybe somewhat of some gradients that we're going to use, but this is still good just to, start with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be building like a pattern out of it. Let's just duplicate it. Look bad, honestly. Obviously, we'll have to do some work, but I'm going to be going with like a background color. It needs to be somewhat off-white. Let me just make sure the background is like this so we can see it. Okay, perfect. Not a big fan of this headline, but let's just still add it for now. And for font, I'm going to be using Geast or Geast. I don't know how you pronounce that. Let's keep it auto and maybe 130%. I think I like something around this, patent intelligence, because this keyword then can be used. I really like this keyword, patent intelligence, right? So yeah, it's not directly saying AI, but it just sounds a lot cooler. Let's give it a smaller heading, something like this. We obviously will have a video, but we have to see how to not make it like very boring to look at. So I'm thinking we can have something around, let me see. Then this can basically come in that it's showing like the documents is getting scanned. So we can go for like a darker color. I'm going to be using like the colors from a library that I already have. Maybe something like this, or it's a bit too dark, it's taking too much attention. Let me actually assign proper colors first. Something like this, like you've seen, right? There are stars that, like, you can add those star-like elements like this to kind of show the shine. That is what I'm thinking with this. Not sure how it's looking, but just like a quick concept I wanted to try. So on the right side, I'm thinking maybe we can show that it has caught some error. Let's actually just change it to like whatever. I think at least for hero section, we should only go for infringement analysis, because the thing is we have to make them use the product. But anyways, book call is already always visible, right? And this can also be added in other sections. So I think just having infringement analysis is better. Think of it as an image on a hero section. Like this will go on a hero section, so create it in that way. So I'm thinking we can have like this pattern repeating. We'll have to just align it a lot better. Right now it's not looking the best. But then we can have like different documents that are being scanned or something. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like a similar concept, but having a bit more depth. So let's try that. So the idea is like all these get scanned one by one, and then we have some stats coming up. So for this, of course, we'll have to make sure the whole focus goes in the center page. So I do have an idea on how we can do it. Let me just duplicate this, and I will simply replace the content using AI, just so we have something. And we can simply mask this. Let me show you this nice trick. So we can simply group all these, and then we can bring this at the center. Let's add like a gradient, so this fades in very nicely. So now I just need to change the mask direction. I think I did the opposite. This remains in the center, and this goes on the sides. But this is looking too harsh, right? Like just take a look, it's too harsh. So we can add another one, maybe at 80, and this goes around like 20%. And we maybe make it 70, or maybe 60 is good. Keep it 100 at 30, so and 70, so everything is visible for at least this page at the center. And this is how it looks. I don't think it looks, yeah, I think it looks quite good. Now we just need to make it so like we show some form of scan that's happening, right? So what I'm thinking is we can have still like this pattern which we're already using, but we're going to be using it more, like it's going to be a lot more visible now. So what I'm going to do is So the whole idea is like this will have like a scanner just like we have here, and this logo is going to basically rotate inside, so it kind of feels like that the AI is scanning. We can also kind of change where the lighting is coming from, but I think I'll stick with the default one. You can also slightly reduce the stroke, like the lighting, so this affects the stroke directly. So inside this, the logo can also have like a loading animation. So for example, it'll go like this. Again, this is just like a Figma file, so I can't show a lot. But yeah, this is there. And then I think I'm going to reuse some of the element to save some time. So let's just copy this and paste it here. Increase the size. This then, let me see what color we can go with because this is blending in too much. All right, I think this looks pretty good now. And the whole idea is this basically scans, and upon scanning, it gives you some results. And those results is what I'm going to show now. So what we can do is select. Do you see the following? The first illustration is what I'm kind of thinking. And under the scan, like once the scan is done, I want to show some stats, but I'm not able to figure out what I can exactly highlight. So I've taken two images, which is image 2 and 3 from the website. So I want you to somewhat ideate what I can show. So it makes a lot of sense. So what I'm doing is I'm like, I've given it the whole context of what I'm building. And after that, I've also kind of, just so you know, I'm like accurate when I'm building something. I've told it to literally generate the image prompt of what it's thinking. And it, as you can see, it's like super detailed, right? All right, so it has already somewhat generated the concept. I love this. Just see, it's quite good. So I'm just gonna paste it here. So as you can see, this just highlights it a lot better. And of course, we could have gone with this. Let's see how this looks. So, oh, actually, this is even better. Yeah, maybe increase it. Not. And then obviously this can have some animation inside, so it keeps on changing the stats instead of just showing everything. So yeah, this is what. Yeah, this is fine. I love this. So this is like another way we can think of the hero section. And then of course we'll have to make some alignments. This can also be like second brain for IP attorneys. Yeah, I like this positioning also, something. Second brain for IP attorneys. And I think we can just remove this free thing. I don't think this infringement of answers. Okay, and I'm also going to go with the color, which like very well blends with the background. So this is good. Alright guys, so I have some change in mind. I think we can do this even better than just showing this difference table, because I think this just feels, this won't really stand out because we're highlighting other products directly. Like we're doing the direct comparison, which I don't think is required because again, like it's not a specific product. This is just like all the AI tools, right? So instead of highlighting this also, why don't we just highlight, you know, the product directly? I think this will have like a lot more importance. Like there's going to be a lot more importance and we don't have to mention this at all, right? Because again, the main idea here is that we have to show these claims that we are showing, like every output design to be cited and defended. So yeah, you know, this needs to be highlighted very well. So I'm thinking we can have like a scroll animation. I'm just gonna generate it with GPT, with Claude, and let's see how it comes out. All right, so this is what we have. Obviously ignore the first part, but as you scroll down, we have this very nice animation. And then obviously we have like this product UI that they've given. Like we'll have to do some wordplay because I think this keeps on repeating, which I don't think is like the best. So what can happen is as we scroll down, every will stay there, but citation traceable will come in first, and then these will basically swap, right? So we always have like one line, but only like these words are changing. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so what happens is like this keeps on changing, if you get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, something like this can happen, and the final will be every source verified. So I'm just gonna add that only for now, but I'm just gonna make like an auto layout and keep it outside. Will be best way to, you know, just have it here for now, because this can have like a animation inside it. And again, like with their whole identity, this can pop a lot better. So this is there, and then we can start adding like a trust banner. So the reason I haven't added the logos here is I think the backbuy is already doing a lot of work here, and then we show them another big statement, and then we say that, oh, this is also trusted by world's leading IP teams. And instead of using a ticker, I think a better way would be to use like a grid, so we can stack up more logos. So let me just quickly ungroup all this, and we can. next comes is like one of the very important sections. Now we're going to be showing 3 of the products. So to show that, I do know like a way that we can do. So let's just create a new frame. We're going to be using like a tabular approach, which basically switches as you scroll down. I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's just keep it like this. Okay, this looks good. We will add some contrast to the color, and then we'll have like 3 check marks, right? So we can have this. Yes, guys, this is pretty much it. I wanted to try to design few sections. All right, so let's see if we can wipe code this now. So this is how it looks like, and I want to make sure that we. Alright guys, so we're inside cursor now. Okay, it's loading now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by giving it like a proper plan. So I'm going to be pasting the image first, and I'm going to be using Gemini 3.1 Pro because I want to use like the best model for adding animations and everything. Alright, so what happens is, alright, so let's actually also upload like an overall image so it understands it. Now let's start prompting it. Okay, so this is basically the base UI that I have built, and I just want to build this for demo purposes. I will be building this inside cursor using Gemini 3.1 Pro. So the first 4 screenshot is basically the individual sections that will be there, and then the final one, which is the full page. So you have like the full idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be opening this on the right side so I can look at it and prompt. So on the right side I've opened the Figma file so I can get a better idea. So let's start with hero section, which is basically has an image on the right side, and on the left it's text. I think it's pretty basic to implement. So I'm just giving you some idea here. So the second section is basically where the animation comes in. For this, I will give you like a sequence of the animation that I want, but for now, let's just build it as it is. The third section is basically just the logos that will be there. And the fourth section is basically 3 different tabs that will be there. So this will be quite dynamic. So if you click on tab, the context changes inside the card. So I basically want you to build this whole thing, like give Gemini, like build a very detailed prompt because I will be connecting cursor to Figma. I mean Figma to cursor, so it will have context around that also. Okay, so now I have like a proper, let's build like a proper plan now. So I'm just going to be giving this to cursor to simply go through it. Okay, so now we have like the whole plan ready, and I'm just going to be start by building this whole thing. Alright guys, so this is how the first iteration looks like. Let's actually open this in like a proper browser to see. It has definitely messed up the fonts. There is this scroll bar that is being seen. I don't want this to be there. Like this is like the 4th section after the logos. So we're also going to tell it to change the font name. And can we use this second image that I've uploaded as the image inside the container where you have added the animation on the right in hero section? Instead of that illustration, just add this image inside that box that is there in the hero section where we're showing illustration. I have currently selected the Figma frame, so you can also like get some idea. Same for the backed by logos that is there. I have it's selected inside the Figma file. So now what I've done is I have created it like this. So as you can see, it will basically give the prompt some idea on what I'm trying to build. And obviously when this comes up, we have to take this up. So it has like the frame by frame idea on what I'm trying to build. And obviously after finals section is there, like the last image that is there. And then we scroll down, it blends into another section. So now I've given it like the whole idea on what I'm thinking. This will be complex to build, but let's hope for the best. Claude is giving us this whole prompt on the side. I'll actually have to ask it to make this into like an .md file. Otherwise the cursor may get confused, right? So let me just reload it quickly, and boom, there you have it. So now we also have them. Obviously this won't be working. It will take a lot of time to make it functional. But I think this is good how it looks. And even it's pretty much properly implemented. So I know this is quite good. Yeah, this is good. Thanks, Gemini. Now let's make sure we implement the next section. I'm excited to do it. Can you please export this to a .md file? Okay, so this is the plan for the second section. Let's build it out. Okay, everyone, so it has made something. Let's see how it looks like. Quite excited to see the output. Let's like this, and as we scroll down, okay, every citation mapped. Not exactly how I wanted, but oh, okay, so it kind of messed up because it's still using this dashboard as a view. So what we can do is we can go to this. Alright guys, so now we also have a live version ready. Obviously this is white coded, so it's not perfect right now. Like it will definitely need some more hours, but I have this base ready now. So if I load it, as you can see, the illustration looks nice. And as we scroll down, every claim mapped, every source verified, it changes, and then the dashboard comes in. So this is where they can show their dashboard. And as you scroll down further, you'll move on to next sections, and this is another one. Again, this is very this one wasn't put like a lot of work in, at least in implementing, because this will take like a lot of time. So I just wanted to share like a proof of concept. This is something that I think can definitely work. But yeah, let me know what you think. It was really fun implementing this, and you can also check it live. I'll probably leave it like in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching.